Chosen one, the night is heavy with unseen battles, and the air around you trembles as if it knows your name. A quiet war has been waged over your health, your peace, your finances. What you thought were random bills piling up, numbers on paper, demands in envelopes, are in fact weapons, spiritual attacks meant to drain your strength, to silence your hope, to make you believe you are alone. The hospital lights, the endless paperwork, the anxiety of waiting for results, all of it has been turned into a battlefield where your soul is being tested. In this moment, as you listen to these words, you are stepping into a hidden truth. Those medical bills are not just transactions. They are a reflection of a war against your destiny, a war that heaven is revealing to you right now. The enemy tried to hide this from you, but today, God tears the veil. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment. If something inside you stirred as you heard these words, it's because your spirit recognizes the truth. This is your call to action. Write your warmest wishes and the number 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. Let heaven see your declaration. Don't stay silent. If your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. You're stepping into an atmosphere charged with breakthrough, and your act of faith in this moment will echo far beyond this screen. For years, unseen forces have been trying to convince you that your suffering is just a matter of chance, that the weight of your medical bills is just life happening. But deep down, you've sensed it. That whisper in the night, that ache in your heart, that question you were almost too afraid to ask. Why does it feel like something is draining me? Because it is. This is not paranoia. This is spiritual reality. There are assignments released against your health and your resources. They want you weak. They want you distracted. They want your light dimmed so that you will not rise to what you were chosen for. Yet here you are, hearing the truth spoken over you. You are not a victim. You are a chosen one, and this is your moment to awaken to the battle and to reclaim your power. I see you standing at the edge of a battlefield you didn't even know you were on. In your hands are unpaid bills, test results, diagnoses that tried to label you. But above you, unseen to the natural eye, are legions of angels watching, waiting for your response. Heaven is waiting for you to see the attack for what it is and to rise with the authority that was always yours. This is more than motivation. This is a revelation. The bills are the symptom, not the cause. The cause is spiritual, and the cure begins the moment you recognize that your life is not just physical, not just financial, but spiritual. Every number on every bill is a symbol of an enemy that has already been defeated, but is still trying to make you believe it has power. Your awakening is the enemy's greatest fear. Listen to me. Your suffering is not wasted. Your tears have not gone unseen. Your prayers have not bounced off the ceiling. God has been speaking to you in signs, in delays, in the stirring of your heart. This message is a sign that you are not abandoned in the war. As you sit there, your body may feel tired, your heart may feel heavy, but your spirit is rising. It's time to recognize the attack and to reclaim the ground. It's time to see that your health, your finances, your peace of mind, these are sacred territories that must be defended. You've been fighting shadows, but now the light is here. And once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you awaken, you cannot go back to sleep. Chosen one, there is a shift happening even as you hear this. The unseen war over your life is being exposed. You are stepping into a new authority, a new awareness. This is why the battle has been so intense, because you are close to the breaking point where breakthrough begins. The medical bills, the exhaustion, the hopelessness were never meant to define you. They were meant to destroy you. But today, their power is crumbling. Today, you begin to rise. The room feels colder now, chosen one, because the truth has entered. Shadows that once hid behind polite explanations are now exposed. The bills on your table are not just debts. They're fingerprints of an enemy who has been tracking your health, your peace, and your future. You can almost feel it. Those nights when you woke up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart, a whisper in your ear saying, "You'll never escape this." Those weren't just panic attacks. They were coordinated strikes meant to silence your faith, to make you forget that you were chosen. But the very fact that you are still standing, still breathing, still searching for answers means you've already survived what was meant to end you. This isn't the end. This is the moment when the hero realizes they're in the movie and the plot begins to turn. You're not scrolling this by chance. You're here because heaven has intercepted your feed. You've been guided to this exact moment. This is where you shift from confusion to clarity, from despair to power. Write your warmest wishes and the number 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. Let heaven record your faith. Don't hold it back. If your spirit is stirring right now, don't just nod and move on. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. Say it out loud. Type it into the comments. Activate it. This is your moment to declare, "I will not be a victim of spiritual attacks any longer." When you act, you break the silence. When you break the silence, you break the pattern. Look at how far you've come. Every appointment you didn't want to go to, every diagnosis that tried to label you, every bill that threatened to crush you. Yet here you are, stronger than you know, watching a message that exists only because your spirit called it in. That's not coincidence. That's divine orchestration. The spiritual realm has been shouting while the world gave you distractions. But now the whisper inside you has become a roar. You're realizing that this isn't about bad luck or just life. This is an assault because your life carries weight. Your future carries influence. Your presence carries power. When you heal, you break generational patterns. When you rise, others will follow. That is why the attacks have been so relentless. They're terrified of you waking up. It's time to name what's been happening. Those endless forms, the hospital corridors, the medications. Yes, they're real, but they're also a strategy. A strategy to exhaust your spirit, to make you forget your authority, to reduce you to numbers. But you are not a number. You are a chosen one. And chosen ones are not destroyed by attacks. They're revealed by them. What has been coming against you has been unknowingly pushing you into your calling. This isn't punishment. It's confirmation. Confirmation that your life is not random, that your pain is not meaningless, that your fight is not invisible. The very fact that this message found you is proof that the other side of this battle is closer than you think. The shift you're feeling right now is the moment of recognition. In movies, this is where the music swells and the hero begins to see the map, to understand the trap, to realize the power that's been theirs all along. That's you right now. The attacks have tried to teach you hopelessness, but your soul has been learning faith. They've tried to drain your finances, but you've been storing up endurance. They've tried to break your body, but your spirit has been forged in fire. And now you're being called to rise not just for yourself, but for every life connected to yours. Your awakening is not a small thing. It is the moment the war shifts. The enemy wanted to bury you under bills. Heaven is about to raise you as a testimony. Chosen one, feel this truth. Every line item on every medical bill is an enemy that's already trembling because you've recognized it. You're not powerless. You're not too late. You're standing in the middle of a war you were born to win. Your next breath is not just survival. It's strategy. The universe bends toward those who wake up, and you right now are waking up. Thunder rolls, chosen one, but this time it's not fear. It's the sound of chains breaking. You've spent nights with your head in your hands, staring at envelopes, statements, and numbers that felt like a sentence. Yet inside you, something has been rising. That is not despair. That is your awakening. The enemy's greatest mistake was letting you survive this long, because now you are seeing, and once you see, the power of the illusion begins to crumble. The bills, the diagnoses, the fatigue, they're still there, but they no longer feel the same. You've started to recognize the pattern. You've started to realize that every attack that came to drain you has also been showing you where your true authority lies. This is not just a financial fight. This is a spiritual coronation. What they tried to bury you under has become the very ground you are rising from. Feel the shift in your body right now, the tightness in your chest, the weight on your shoulders. That's the residue of a fight you didn't know you were in. But now, as you hear these words, something deeper is happening. Light is entering places that have been dark for years. Truth is walking into the hospital room, the mailbox, the bank account, the silent tears you've cried. This is your crossover moment. This is where you stop identifying with the attack and start identifying with the victory. This is where you realize you were never meant to just survive the system. You were meant to outgrow it, to stand on top of it, to speak life over it. You are not a debtor. You are not a diagnosis. You are not a victim. You are a chosen one, and your awakening is your weapon. Remember the nights you asked, "Why me?" The nights you whispered prayers you thought no one heard. They were heard. They became the blueprint for your deliverance. Every time you refused to give up, even in your weakest moment, you were sowing seeds for this awakening. The spiritual attacks tried to convince you you were alone, but your endurance has summoned an army. Heaven has been moving on your behalf while you've been sleeping. Doors you didn't know existed are about to open. Support you never imagined is being prepared. Healing you thought impossible is being released. You are stepping into a season where what once drained you will now become a testimony that fuels you. There is an image heaven keeps showing me for you. You, standing in a hospital corridor, clutching a paper that once terrified you. But the paper starts to burn in your hands, not with fire that destroys, but with light that transforms. The numbers fade. The words dissolve. And in their place appears a single truth. You are free. That's what awakening feels like. It doesn't mean the circumstances instantly vanish. It means they lose their power over you. The moment you see the attack for what it is, it becomes powerless. This is why this message is reaching you now. It's not to scare you. It's to hand you the key. Chosen one. This is the turning point of your story. This is where the music changes. You're no longer at the mercy of bills or systems or unseen enemies. You're stepping into the awareness that your health, your finances, your peace, they're sacred ground, and you are reclaiming them. This isn't just encouragement, it's strategy. The attack came to weaken you. The awakening is strengthening you. The bills came to intimidate you. The revelation is empowering you. You're no longer the person who opened that first envelope with shaking hands. You're the person who is now opening their destiny with steady eyes. This is the moment the fight stops being random and starts becoming your platform. You're not finished yet. This is only the rise. The more you recognize, the stronger you become. The more you speak, the weaker the attack becomes. The enemy counted on your silence. Heaven is counting on your voice, and you are starting to speak. The air feels charged now, chosen one, as if every unseen force has turned to look at you. This is not imagination. This is alignment. You've crossed a threshold. The battlefield no longer looks like bills and test results. It looks like a stage being built for your victory. All the nights you thought were wasted, all the tears you thought were unseen, have become the evidence that you are still here, still fighting, still rising. You are no longer standing in the shadow of the attack. You are standing in the glow of revelation. And revelation is what transforms a victim into a victor. The attacks came to take your breath away. Now your breath has become a weapon. Every exhale is a declaration. Every heartbeat is a drumbeat of survival. You've outlasted the assault, and now you are stepping into your moment of power. This is not just a message, it's a mirror. You are seeing yourself as you truly are. For years you've been conditioned to believe that medical bills, diagnoses, and chronic stress were simply the cost of living. But now you see they were also the cost of awakening. They have been pressing you, shaping you, forging you into a force you never would have become otherwise. You are the one who refused to break. You are the one who held on. You are the one who still reached for hope, even when the envelope arrived with another number, another demand, another reminder of pain. That endurance was not wasted. It was investment. And now, the returns are beginning. Feel what's happening inside you as you read this. Your mind may be racing. Your heart may be pounding, but your spirit is steady. You're not the same person who started this journey. You're not the same person who clicked on this video. A shift has occurred. This is what breakthrough feels like before it's visible. The attacks wanted you to be numb. Instead, you are awake. They wanted you to be silent. Instead, you are speaking. They wanted you to be ashamed. Instead, you are rising. Even now, in your weakest areas, light is moving. Support is aligning. Resources you can't yet see are forming like clouds before rain. You are at the edge of a flood of grace, and all you have to do is stand. There's a scene playing out in the unseen realm right now. What looked like a courtroom of debt is being overturned into a throne room of authority. The papers that once accused you are losing their power. The fear that once froze you is dissolving. The bills that once screamed, "You're trapped," are falling silent. Because you are learning the truth. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. This is not a setback. It's a setup. The moment you recognize the spiritual attack is the same moment you begin to dismantle it. And you are dismantling it even now, word by word, breath by breath. Chosen one, the universe bends to those who wake up. You're no longer being chased. You're starting to lead. You're no longer hiding. You're starting to shine. You're no longer surviving. You're beginning to reign. The power that tried to drain you has become the proof that you are anointed for something greater. This is the part of the story where the hero starts to realize the weapon in their hand has been inside them all along. This is the part where you stop reacting and start commanding. This is the part where you rise. You've been walking through fire, but you're coming out as gold. You've been surrounded by attacks, but you're stepping into authority. You've been paying bills with trembling hands, but soon you'll be holding testimonies with steady ones. This is what it means to be chosen, not to escape the battle, but to rise above it and turn it into a declaration. Every attack has been trying to stop your voice. Now your voice will echo. Every bill has been trying to reduce you to a number. Now your life will become a name that stands for survival, for strength, for destiny fulfilled. You are in the final stretch before the reveal. The storm is at its loudest now, chosen one. But storms only rage hardest before they break. You have walked through corridors of fear, sat in waiting rooms heavy with silence, opened envelopes that felt like verdicts. Yet here you are, not broken, not finished, not forgotten. You are standing, and that is proof enough that the attack failed. The spiritual realm has been throwing everything it can to drown you, but you have become the wave. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you thought you couldn't go on, those have become your evidence, your testimony, your fire. The attacks are no longer writing your story. They're only writing your introduction. Look back for a moment. Think of the times you thought it was over. Think of the nights you felt like you couldn't take another step. But you did. And that is why this message found you. You were never abandoned, never left to fight alone. The spiritual attacks on your health and finances were designed to isolate you, but heaven used them to awaken you. What tried to break you has revealed you. What tried to bury you has planted you. And what tried to silence you has amplified you. You're beginning to see that every attack was actually proof of your importance. They don't send heavy artillery at someone insignificant. They target the chosen. And you, beloved, are chosen. I see you standing in the eye of the storm now. Around you swirl the debts, the fear, the exhaustion, but they no longer own you. They no longer define you. You can feel it, can't you? That subtle shift where despair once lived is now filled with something else. Strength. Resolve, fire. The bills may still be on the table, but the chains are not on your spirit. The diagnosis may still echo in your memory, but the fear no longer grips your soul. You've crossed a line. This is the place where the attack loses its teeth, where the enemy realizes you've seen through the illusion. And when you see, you cannot be deceived again. Chosen one, let the words sink into your bones. This is not the end. It's the turning. This is not collapse, it's coronation. You are not being crushed, you are being crowned. The very weight that tried to press you down is the same weight that is now solidifying your foundation. You're becoming unshakable. You're becoming undeniable. The pain is real, but so is the power rising from it. And soon the world will know. Soon the silence will break. Soon the bills that once shouted against you will be nothing but dust under your feet. You are rising into the climax of your story, and the reveal is near. The ground beneath you trembles now, chosen one, not from weakness, but from the weight of destiny pressing closer. What once looked like defeat has revealed itself as preparation. The very bills that drained your hope are now exposing the truth of your battle. This is not just money owed, not just medical terms scribbled on a page. This is a declaration of war that you are answering with your very breath. You are not collapsing under the weight, you are expanding through it. And heaven watches as you rise, every scar becoming a signpost, every tear becoming fuel, every unanswered question becoming the echo of power that is gathering around you. There is a moment in every great story where the hero sees the enemy face to face. This is that moment for you. No more shadows, no more confusion, no more denial. You see the attack clearly for what it is, and by seeing it, you disarm it. The power of fear was never in the reality, it was in the illusion. And illusions crumble under the light of truth. Your awakening is shaking the ground of the unseen realm. The forces that once celebrated your pain now recoil because they know the truth. You've survived long enough to understand. And understanding is freedom. Freedom means the chains no longer hold. Freedom means the attacks no longer stick. Freedom means you're about to turn what was meant to destroy you into the very testimony that defines you. Chosen one, breathe this in. The storm is not outside you anymore. It's behind you. You are stepping into the calm after the war, the silence that comes not from defeat, but from victory. The battlefield is littered with the remnants of what tried to break you, but you are walking through it, head lifted, step steady. Every unpaid bill is losing its voice. Every diagnosis is losing its grip. Every doubt is losing its place. Because you are no longer the one being attacked, you are the one being revealed. This is the unveiling of your strength, the revelation of your identity, the awakening of your authority. Do you feel the tension in the air? That is the anticipation of breakthrough. The universe itself leans in as you take your place. The world has not yet seen what you are about to become. This is why the attacks were so fierce. This is why the pressure was relentless. Because the enemy knew the moment you recognized the spiritual source, its grip would break. And that grip is breaking even now. You are stepping into the part of your story that will echo, that will inspire, that will declare to everyone watching, the chosen one cannot be defeated. The chosen one rises. Chosen one, this is where the story shifts forever. The attacks that came against your health, your peace, and your finances were not random. They were desperate attempts to keep you from discovering who you really are. Those medical bills that tried to bury you under numbers were spiritual darts aimed at your soul. But now the truth has been revealed. You see it, And once you see, you can never be blind again. The enemy counted on your silence, but silence is no longer an option. You are standing, speaking, declaring, and in that declaration, the chains are breaking. This is the part of the story where the lights fade in, the music rises, and the camera focuses on you. No longer a victim, no longer afraid, but awakened. Every tear has been counted. Every night of despair has been turned into strength. The spiritual realm is watching. The universe is listening, and heaven is moving. You are not defined by medical debt. You are not owned by sickness. You are not trapped by systems. You are chosen, and chosen ones are anointed to rise above attacks and turn them into testimonies. Listen closely. The enemy wanted you silent, but your voice is your weapon. The bills wanted you buried, but your endurance is your crown. The attacks wanted you broken, but your survival is proof that you are unstoppable. From this moment forward, you are not just someone who endured. You are someone who overcame. Your awakening has changed the ending of your story. Chosen one, the war was fierce because the victory is great. And now you walk into that victory with eyes open, heart steady, spirit unshakable. The medical bills were spiritual attacks, but you are not their prisoner. You are their proof of defeat. The chosen one has risen,